All right, everybody, I'm back. Okay, so and I talked to the young man who hit me. There were three people in the car: the driver and two other dudes. Um, he's insured; it's under his mom's insurance, but the car belongs to him. The car is obliterated; the front end is completely gone. Um, but he was gracious. He apologized. Went to him. I'm glad I was able to speak to him and say, hey, you know, um, you know, thank you for coming to speak to me about it. And hey, we're gonna let the insurance and the money take care of its deal or so like that. But I'm gonna tell you straight up right now, I'm going for every penny I can get. I'm serious because bottom line, he hit me. Um, and now I'm not gonna sue him to death and bankrupt him or anything like that. But I'm getting everything I'm entitled to because this is ridiculous. It really was. Um, at the end of the day, there's only one thing I want out of this. I want a car out of this. I just want a car. I want a paid off car out of this. As long as I do that, I'm good. I'm made whole. I don't have to sue nobody, do nothing or so like that. I want a vehicle out of this because I need a car. I need to be taken care of in this thing. Um, so all right, everybody. Hey, well, I got one person who's joining me. What's going on? Talk to me. Um, he he apologized again. He didn't tell me specifically what had happened, but he told me that he definitely apologized. He accepted complete. Hey, there's no way he can't accept responsibility for what happened. His car is totaled out. Mine is rolling. He hit me. He's got insurance. He just got his car a week ago. Just got it a week ago. That explains why he was hydroplaning, because he didn't have that frame set. He looked like he was a young guy, about 26, 27 years old, and he was just going crazy with the deal. He was driving an Infiniti M35, so that car is rear drive. He definitely hydroplaned. He definitely lost control of the vehicle because he doesn't understand the dynamics of a rear drive car versus a front wheel drive car. But I'll tell you this. If my car had slid across that, his car is destroyed. His car is gone. His car is totaled out. His car is an obvious total loss. That's what the insurance company is obvious. Both airbags deployed. Front end is completely pushed in. Every panel up front is gone. The front suspension is completely, cockeyed in the front. The car is done. It's on its way to be parted out and then to go to a crusher. Done deal. Me, I'm driving my car to Long Beach. So this. Now, actually, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my car to my mom's house because I'm closer to my mom's house right now, and go and see her. I don't know what time she's gonna wake up, but I'll go to my mom's house. No, I won't go to my mom's house. I wanna wait for a quarantine period just in case. I don't wanna do anything to get her sick or anything like that, just in case. Cause yeah, I could drive my car. My car is drivable. I can't drive it on the freeway because the rear end has a bad wheel alignment issue, but I can drive it on the street. So I can drive it basically any distance. This car does not need to be towed. I'm thankful for that. But yeah, he apologized, and he said I just slipped and everything. Yeah, you definitely did slip. So, and I'm probably, it's probably gonna end up happening as, unless the mother gets attorneys involved. I might end up talking to her directly and all like that or so, and do all that, because considering his age and my age, the mother and I are probably the same age. Um, and we'll work out something. But I need a car. But bottom line, look, dude, you hit me and you took away my means of income. I need a vehicle behind this. You put a car and it belongs to me. As far as I'm concerned, we good to go. That's how I'm going to be made whole from this whole deal, because I was very happy renting this car and keeping it or so, but now I'm like, you know what, the whole equation has completely changed now. I was just, man, it's amazing how the emotions you go up and down with an accident and all like that. It's amazing. Still with me. How's everything going? Oh, come on, Shell, talk to me, please. I need to hear you. I need to hear your voice. I got somebody else that joined me this morning. I had a lot of people. I know y'all tired of my videos today. Do you think you can resolve it out of court? Yeah, we can resolve it out of court. Put me in under is concerned. The car is insured, so he'll be made whole from there. But for me, I need a car. You know, I need a car. So, you know, I mean, one way or another, I got to make sure I get enough money so I have a vehicle, because not only do I need the car to get around, but I need the car to sustain myself with. So, you know, maybe that's why this happened. Um, you know what? After what I went through, I prefer to be in another Prius. Quite frankly, I'm keeping it real. You know, this car. Look, I got rear-ended on, when did I got rear-ended? Where's my phone? When I was in Palm Springs, I got rear-ended while I was out there. It was a low speed impact, but I felt it, and it pushed in the rear bumper. But not noticeable. So it looks like the damage to the rear bumper when I was rear-ended in Palm Springs, it looks like somebody who was parking their car and then their front bumper rubbed on your rear bumper and it scratched it and they backed and went away. It looks like that. But the guy popped me. Barnes. Who Barnes? First name of Barnes. Who is it? I know the name. Barnes. Who's Barnes? Tell me Barnes. Barnes Law Firm. Work with me here. Tell me. Is it the 8 million phone call on 1-800 8 million? Is that the Barnes Law Firm? I'm thinking of that one. I think that's the one we're talking about. Okay, cool. Then that's who I'm gonna talk to. You need my phone number. You need me to give them my phone number. Hey, give them my cell phone number. 424-225-4433. That's the number to call me at. Hey, you answered the question. We good to go. We are done. We're happy. Look, I want a car out of this. I want a car. I'm keeping it simple. Look, I need a place to stay, and I need a way to make money, and you know, and I'm traumatized behind this. I know I am. Oh, goodness, but yeah, I want a vehicle. I need a vehicle. I have to have a vehicle. I'm in a bad situation right now because this is not cool at all. So. Man. Okay, thank you for that recommendation. I get it. Yeah, I'm in shock. I can definitely tell you that, because you know, I got off the freeway as quickly as I could, and then I really just parked over here, but I'm still shaking from this. And you know, for me to go where I need to go is still a bit of a distance, and you know, right now I feel safe just being right here. I really do. I feel safe just being right here. But I do have to move the car, and I have to go, and I gotta, you know, put on the big boy pants and make this happen. But I was actually so proud of myself today too, because I did not think that I was going to make the money today to pay the payment for the car that was due. Um, I've been driving all day, and because of the coronavirus and the situation in the country basically winding down, like all the places that you would have went to get rides, they're all gone. Staples Center is shut down. All the restaurants in Staples Center, nobody was there. Half the nightclubs are closed down. The two most popular clubs in West Hollywood closed on a Saturday night. What else? A lot of restaurants, people aren't out shopping. Then it's raining and it's cold, and folk, it was hard to get the rides, but yet I was able to make enough money to pay the note on the car and get the money to go to my spot for the evening. And I actually picked up a couple more trips. When I was done, I had the trip in Long Beach and I dropped them off, and then I had a trip in Carson and I dropped them off, and then I logged off the app and I got on the freeway to go back up to Long Beach. And wow, it's just amazing how everything changes in an instant. And literally it was an instant. 1 minute it was just another trip on the 405 going northbound that I've literally made 1,000 times. Rain, dark, light, fog, whatever. This is the freeway I drive all the time. I've done it when I was a bus operator. I drove this route every single day when I drove the bus from the bus yard up to the airport. And I'm like, this is just another trip up the 405. I always roll in the number lane to be in. And now, I actually drive slower because, after all the driving I've done, it's like, hey, I'm not going to get there any faster, but I'm not going to be so slow that I'm a hazard to other people. But what really gets me is, I did not see this guy coming at all. I'm like, I didn't see him. I had no reason to see him because he's behind me. But still, I didn't see him. And I look for crazy drivers. Man. But what really gets me is if this car had hit that freeway at a slightly different angle, this car would have rolled over. Because I was going fast enough to make a rollover happen. It was the funny thing is, the funny thing is, when it was happening, it was like I was just cradled in the seat. I was totally and completely calm. That was the amazing thing. I wasn't freaking out. I wasn't mad. I just let it happen. I said, let me just sit here and whatnot. And the car just spun around and then went back around again. And then it just glided from the freeway and slid right into on the side of the road as if I intentionally parked it there. It was the most amazing thing. I wish I had dash cam coverage to show y'all how crazy it was. I'm getting a dash cam as quickly as possible, and I will always use it. Always. Because I tell you, that would have been the second most important video of my life. Man, I wish I had that on dash cam. Woo, you talk about a memory. Because y'all could have seen it the way I saw it. That's my biggest regret in this whole thing, not having a dash cam. Man. I'm gonna mention that from every video from now on. It's gonna be like there was a show I used to watch, and what the host would do is at the end of the show, he always, Bob Barker on The Price is Right, he said, always remember to spay or neuter your pets. He always, at the end of every episode of The Price is Right, he always said, please remember to spay or neuter your pets. Goodbye, everybody. And I'm gonna say something like that at the end of every video. If you don't have a dash cam, I'm encouraging you right now, get a dash cam. You never know when you'll need one. I'm gonna say something about that. You're not thinking about the no, I am, when it comes to dealing with the virus, the virus that's going around, I'm watching all the news. I'm listening to what all the experts say. That's why I made the video coronavirus.gov. The government has a website that's set up directly through that takes you to the page for this at the Centers of Disease Control, that breaks down everything you need to know about the coronavirus 2019. They talk about its origins, how it's transmitted, prevention measures. They give you updates on the number of people who have been tested and diagnosed with it in the United States, the number of people who have passed away from complications of the disease. They give you resources on how you can get information from your state and local officials on the disease. Every question that they've been fielded, they have it all there, and it's written in easy to understand language. That's why I made the video. I put it on there, coronavirus.gov. The video is not being monetized. I'm glad for that, because I think when you put a domain name in a title, it doesn't get monetized. I don't want that video monetized. I want people to go to that website and get the appropriate information from a credible source. But you have to understand something about me. I have been trained since I was 18 years old in dealing with biological issues, whether it was biological weapons when I was in the Army, handling biological evidence when I worked for the police department in the evidence room, whether I dealt with people who were sick or who bought contaminants on board the bus when I was a bus operator. I have been trained over the years, and I have a certain understanding and clarity when it comes to dealing with stuff like this. I don't freak out over these things. I arm myself with information, and I try my best to know what to do when a situation like this happens. So I understand what my risks are. I understand what the risk is to other people. I understand what to do in the event of a situation where I think someone might be infected with the disease. When you're dealing with something like this, you have to have a cool, calm head. You have to be professional, and you have to have accurate information so you can help others. But you also have to understand what your potential risk would be if the worst happens. So that's why I waited so long to make a coronavirus type video, because I did not want to put out inaccurate information. When I found the source where it's easy for people to get the information accurately, I made my video. That's my contribution to the rideshare community. I could have, like, for example, I had a gentleman in the car. He was in his 80s, and I made a video about that, about how concerned I was, because he's a vulnerable person. He's in his 90s. He looks like he has cancer. He's been smoking for 80 years, so he has extensive damage to his lungs. It's flu season, and coronavirus is going around. If that gentleman contracts coronavirus, he's already in a weakened condition already. Cancer takes a toll on the immune system. If he gets infected with coronavirus, and he lives out in Rancho Mirage. Not Rancho Mirage. I'm sorry. He lives in um, Indian Wells, and that's an area that has been that is currently being impacted by the coronavirus, because they were trying to do the tennis tournament out there. Um, and I'm looking at the gentleman, and we're having a conversation, and we're talking, but at the same time I'm saying, you know what, I really hope this gentleman doesn't contract the disease, because his chances of surviving it are very low, unfortunately. It would be such a shame. He was a really cool guy, so I made a video about it, but I decided not to post the video. So well, I can stop talking about it after this. That's no problem, because I've said all I'm going to say about my memoirs. That would be fascinating. Would anybody buy it? That's the thing. But yeah, I can write it down and do that. I've had a lot that happened to me. You guys are just getting a little bit of the rideshare stuff. Y'all haven't went through all the stuff. What was the other stuff back in the? Ooh, let me see. When did my life start getting real interesting? Let me think about when my life got interesting. I'd say my life started getting interesting when I was about 35 years old. What I'm going through right now, it's definitely a book, a page turner. That's for sure. But this one, man, there was another guy who commented on one of my videos the other day, and he was talking about how I just seem to have some of the worst luck. And it's like, wow. The funny thing though, when people stop talking about the accident, here's the interesting thing. I did nothing wrong. I didn't do anything wrong. I was minding my business on the 405 freeway, driving in a safe manner. That's it. This is an accident that should not have happened. I can tell you that for a fact. And I'm a commercial driver. So, I did everything right. I didn't do anything wrong. The only thing I didn't do right is I did not have a dash cam in my car. If I had a dash cam, that would have proved everything. But hey, it's obvious. When you look at the damage to my car, and you look at the damage to his car, what could I have possibly done? Tell me, and then they can't even go and look at this thing and say, oh, well, we didn't see his headlights or anything like that. You don't drive at 3 o'clock in the morning on the 405 freeway in the rain with no lights on. You're a fool. It's just that simple. And they're not gonna, and no one's gonna believe that. They're gonna look at my driving record. They're gonna see I have a commercial driver's license. They're like, no, this guy. And then I'm a rideshare driver. I'm trying to make money out here doing this thing or so. So, let me see, Karma. What are you saying? No, I landed a job with a company I kind of can't talk about right now. I signed an employment contract, and basically, due to some of the terms in the employment contract, it's best that I don't mention where I'll be working at. But it's a good job. Full benefits. I'll be starting out about $16 an hour, and I have a lot of potential for growth going from there. It's a good fit. It's not driving. It's not Amazon. I'm not doing any more gig work. And I'm looking forward to growing from this deal. I think it's gonna be all right. No, cruise control does not put me in a lazy state of mind. What cruise control did was cruise control measured my speed for me, so I wasn't driving too slow on the freeway. See, the problem that I have on the freeway is if I don't use the cruise control, I tend to drive slower than what the other traffic is doing. And so what I do is, I got over in the far lane. I set it at 65 when it was dry. When it started to rain, I was just about to disengage the cruise control when I got hit. The road was slick. The road was slick at the time. But no, I can tell you right now, I'm not, if I'm in a lazy state of mind, I pull over and go to sleep. That's what I do. I'm not one of those kind of people that keeps pushing it, hoping for the best. No, because I've seen too many accidents happen where people have been injured or killed because they were trying to push the envelope. And too many times, as a rideshare driver, I'm driving, trying to, make $1 or $2. Remember when I was staying with Cynthia? One of the things that happened with me that changed my whole opinion of this whole deal, I was pushing my sign with Cynthia, that a couple of times driving from Ventura back down to LA, to take a customer and to make the money so I could try to keep the car, I almost rear-ended a couple of cars. I did not have the cruise control on, but I'm trying to stay awake to drive to get down to the to get down to the house so Cynthia doesn't cuss me out for being late. I cut that out. I don't do that anymore because that's unsafe. Because what it end up happening is you zone out, and next thing you know, you're driving over the side of an unprotected road into a ditch or off the side of a freeway. And the risk is too high. And plus the thing is this, the cops will come to me and say, you know what, you have a commercial driver's license. You know better. Because commercial drivers are held to a higher standard than a Class C driver. Plus the other thing is, I've been a driver since I was 15 and a half years old. So when you take my age, let's just say I was 16, I've got 33 years of driving experience. 33 years of driving experience. And 5 of those years, no, I'm sorry, I take that back. It's now 2020. I got my commercial license in 2011. So 9 of those years has been as a commercial driver. And I don't have any at-fault accidents. I mean, look, they're gonna place all the scrutiny on me, but they're gonna see I didn't do anything wrong, And then think about it. Whose car got totaled out? His car got totaled out. My car didn't get totaled out. It's obvious who is at fault in this collision. So what I'm pissed off about, though, now when I think about it, I'm gonna have a point on my record. I'm gonna have a point on my record for an accident I didn't even cause. I'm pissed off about that. I'm very pissed off about that. I take great pride in the fact that I'm a good driver, that I have a great driving record, because that's how it is. You're involved in an accident, so you're involved in an accident, and you're done. I'm hoping that I don't get a point on this, but the way the system is, they'll say, okay, I have a no fault accident. I'm not happy at all about that. I'm going to have to deal with higher insurance rates on my insurance because some idiot rear-ended me. Like I said, when everything is said and done, I want a car out of this. I need a car out of this. This is unfortunately, this is going to cost me. I'm glad he's safe. I'm glad it's okay. And I'm glad that the money is okay. He's insured. This vehicle is insured. And everything is going to be all right. But still, this is not cool at all. This was completely avoidable. I'm not going to talk about it anymore. Let me see. I almost had my car totaled almost like a year ago. I was not at fault. Lawyer said I would probably get only $20,000 at most, but the lawyer ended up getting me just shy of $50,000. Well, Anthony Luna, we need to talk. Yes, we need to talk. Maybe that's why this happened. Maybe the Lord decided to smile on me and said, "This is what we're gonna do, Peterson. We're gonna no, let me shut my mouth. Be quiet. Goodness gracious. Oh, goodness gracious. All right, let me see. The tragedy of Uber happened to me last year. Okay. Oh, when I realized I can't do this job full time anymore, Uber doesn't pay for lost wages for accidents, even when you're not at fault. Well, you know what? I agree. Okay, JKT Law in Glendale. I'm going to remember them. Thank you. Someone's already called the Barnes Law Firm for me, so see what they say. I'll remember JKT Law Firm. In fact, I'll write them down. Let me see. This is amazing. Accident. March 16, 2020. Where's the 15th? Is today the 15th or the 16th? Today is the 15th. Okay. 0335 is when it happened. Okay. KJT Law, Glendale. Okay, so I got it written down. I'll look them up later on today since I won't be working. But at the end of the day, I need a vehicle from out of this. I really do. Man. Let me see. Take pictures of the car. Yeah, when it gets more light, I will. Cause right now it's dark. So I'll take more pictures of the car when it's light out. That's for sure. Touching me back. Okay, I'll get his I'll get his information now, and do that. So, and I'll take your what I'll probably end up doing is I'll probably just take the videos down. I wanted you all to see the videos, and I'll just take the videos down. Let me see. Pretty cool guy. It is what it is. 90-year-old lady hit me and kept driving. Didn't want to go the lawyer route. Oh my goodness. That's a hit and run. She really should have stopped. Let me see. The tragedy of Uber. Yeah, one of the reasons why I'm getting the job is because Uber does not offer health insurance. And the funny thing, the interesting thing is, with this, they're not offering any real solution towards health insurance for the drivers. They're saying that they'll give you a subsidy of some sort for health insurance, but they're not giving you something like the disability insurance you would get for like, for example, I have the optional disability insurance on my rides. So if I'm injured during a ride, I'm covered for a disability. I think it's 3 cents a mile or something like that. They cover it, and there's nothing in place, something similar for a healthcare plan that Uber could offer for drivers that would cover drivers in a similar fashion. It's unfortunate. It really is. Let me see. Get yourself insurance to pay medical bills. I hear you. Make the video private. Document everything. That's a good idea, Shell. I'll make the videos private. That's good. That's much faster. I could do that. I'll make the videos private. So, all right, everybody. Anybody else got any final comments for me? Any questions or whatnot? I'm gonna go and look at some of these other notes here. I got a few of them here, and then I'm gonna go on ahead and call it a night and go on with my day and figure out what's going on. Oh, brother, this is quite the day. Ooh, this is quite the day. That was clearly the worst accident I've ever been in. Usually it's just a straight bump and that's it or so. But I never would have dreamed in a million years I would have been in a real accident. Whew. I was calm. I was calm. But now the more I think about it, even though I didn't behave like I was scared to death, I'm telling you, I was scared to death. Oh, goodness gracious. I am just so thankful that when I was hit, that when I spun around, another car didn't come hitting me at 65, 70 miles an hour. Because it could have happened just like that. When I think about that, another car could have came, hit me full on. It could have been a semi truck that could have hit me. All right. Oh, goodness. Yeah, I agree with you. Pretty cool guy TV. No, what Uber is doing is Uber is ultimately catering to the riders. They're not catering to they're catering to the drivers, to the riders. I'm sorry. They're not trying to make this an equitable situation for everyone involved. This is an inequitable situation. You know, the company is making a ton of money. The employees are getting paid very well. The riders are getting over with giveaway fares, and the drivers. You know, I'm studying this course on forex, the foreign exchange currency market, and what we are experiencing as drivers is an economic depression. We have what's going on is the service is going down, but the wages that we are paid are being held at a low level. They're not going up. We're not benefiting from this. Meanwhile, our expenses to do the business are continually going up. You know, cars are costing more money. Costs more money to maintain your car. Tire prices are going up. Gas is going up. Oil changes are you can't a $20 oil change. What's that? You're looking at $60 for an oil change now. And as a rideshare driver that drives aggressively, you need an oil change every 2 months. It seems. Man, this is something else. I'm just trying to sort my feelings through all of this right now. I really am. I'm very thankful that I'm able to walk away from this with no issues whatsoever. And I'm thankful that everybody is okay in this situation. I really am. And I just have to believe that when everything is said and done, that everything is going to be okay. And everything's going to be all right. And there's something positive to be learned out of this. So we'll know that as time goes on. You know, like the barge says, time will reveal. Yes, time will reveal. We'll see what happens, but that's that. And hopefully the young man who hit me, he learned a very important lesson. And when he gets his replacement vehicle, if he gets a replacement vehicle, he'll be a little bit more responsible with his car and his actions, because see, he could have killed himself and his two guests in the vehicle. Someone could have walked away paralyzed from this. It could have turned out a whole lot worse. It really could have. So I think, that's why I'm glad that I was able to go to him and let him know that I accept his apology, and that it's going to be okay. And I thanked him for coming by and saying something to me, and I was able to give closure on that, because I probably won't ever see the man again for the rest of my life. But I'm glad that I was able to see him beforehand. Um, I will never forget this spot on the 405 freeway. I'll never forget it. I will never forget it. I will never forget it. Man. All right, it's been 2 hours now. Okay, let me get to some of these other questions. Okay, it will go to the hospital tomorrow. I'm a pretty cool guy. We've been in a recession forever. The USA has been pumping money in the economy since '08. Quantitative easing and the corona is going to help. Yeah, pretty cool. I've been talking about that. I've been saying that the country has been in a recession. They've been running money into the economy so it doesn't completely collapse, so everything can recover. And for the most part, it's okay. But the reason why we are ultimately in a recession is very simple. The people at the bottom of the pay scale, who are responsible for the work, they're not able to get the things that truly matter. They're not able to pay rent. They're not able to mortgage a home. They're not able to educate themselves by taking out student loans. They're not able to buy cars at an affordable rate. They're not able to, everything else is going up higher and higher. And even though you see examples of life that looks good, the fact of the matter is this: all of this that we're dealing with right now is on borrowed money. This country is in massive debt. The citizens are in massive debt. This is all an illusion. And it all comes crashing down when something bad happens. Just look at what happened to me. I lost my job and everything came crashing down. And what they do, they came and they took their car from me. They came and they took that apartment from me. They came and they took all my stuff that I paid for. It's all gone, you know? Yeah, the country's in a recession. We're seeing the results of it right now as rideshare drivers. When I had the BMW, it was easy getting rides as Uber Select and Uber Black. It was no problem. I was easily making $2,000. It was so easy. I was taking my time, taking it easier, so like that. And then, slowly but surely, 4 rides a night became 3 rides a night in West Hollywood. 3 rides became 2 rides. 2 rides became 1 ride. And now 1 ride is no ride. Today, you couldn't, there is no way I would rent a BMW 7 Series and use it for rideshare. I wouldn't do it. No. Not unless the car was given to me and I didn't have to make weekly payments on the car. Say, hey, look, just it's your car. Just put it on UberX and Uber Comfort and make the money with it, and it's yours rent free. Other than that, I'm not doing it. No, it's not worth it. And the thing is, it's not even appreciated. See, the sad thing about the Uber, when you're dealing with the Uber Blacks and the Uber Luxes and whatnot, those cars are still cheaper than a taxi cab. You go to the airport, you see all those Priuses lined up that all those people have sat in, and they smell like a taxi cab. And no disrespect to the drivers, because they're hardworking guys as well too, and they're paying a lot of money for it or so. But the experience in a 2008 Prius that's a taxi with 450,000 miles on it is not the same as a BMW 7 Series with 60,000 miles on it. And I use that as a round number because my car was brand new when I got it. It only had 2,300 miles on it when I got it, and I drove it until it had 85,000 miles on it. Was I finally returned it back to the partners, and I'm like, no, my experience for basically still for less money. Now, mind you, Uber Black is cheaper than a taxi cab, and you still got people that don't want to pay that. No. But the straw that broke my back on this deal, the straw that broke my back, not the camel's back, but my back. No health insurance, and it gets to a point where you have to say, you know what, this just isn't going to work anymore. So I'm thankful that an opportunity was sent my way so that I can address this problem. Very thankful for that. I really, really hope I have a car on Monday because there were some very important things I needed to take care of on Monday. Um, and now I may not be able to do that. So, all right, let me see. Let me see. My whole thoughts with Uber from the beginning was that they want as many car on the road and they want as many car on the road. The money will not be the same in the long run. No, it won't be. The thing is, what Uber and Lyft want is they want a response time 5 minutes or less. And the only way that happens is if they have the roads saturated with their cars, so that they have a response time. The funny thing is, the customers are now used to that. If they see that a car is 10, 12, 13 minutes away, they cancel. I'm used to seeing it now. When I get a ride request from somebody and the ride is 13 minutes away, I said, "Oh, they're going to cancel. I'm not even going to try to get there fast. I'm just going to take my time and get there." And sure enough, they cancel. Because they don't want to be stuck with a cancellation fee if they change their mind after 2 or 3 minutes. So, I said, hey, they saved me a lot of trouble driving 13 miles to pick them up for their 2-minute trip. Um, so yeah, 4 years later, and this year I got a new job doing Uber on the side. I'm in a city of 1 million, and every car and Uber. Oh wow. Well, people want to make a little bit of extra money when it comes down to it. They want to make a little bit of extra money. That's why they're out there driving, pushing it hard. Um, Let me see. Rideshare might be over for everyone. The powers are using the virus as an excuse to remake society. Um, Commerce is coming to a halt. Um, well, I will say this. I do think the quarantine thing is a bit of an overreaction. I mean, but then again, you have a lot of people who are relatively young and they are getting sick from this. Um, it will be interesting to see if people's. I'll say this: if you had people across the board of all age groups, regardless of health condition, if you contracted this, and if you had a 50-50 chance of dying from this, whether you were perfectly healthy or in a compromised immune state, um, then yeah, we'd be taking this a whole lot more differently than what we are now. Because for the most part, people who are relatively young and who have strong immune systems, people that don't have any underlying health conditions, so they may deal with a severe case of the flu, and then eventually it will pass once they get medical treatment. Um, they're saying there's certain people that are at real risk for this, but this is going to be interesting. Let me see. I'm gonna answer a few more questions and I'm gonna go. And was online for almost an hour here. Let's see. Always be prepared. Have a saving and enjoy life. Count the blessing. You still got a heartbeat. Um, heartbeat. You're a good guy, Peterson. Hey, thank you so much for that. Pretty cool guy TV. I appreciate that so much. Let me see. Where are we at? Uh, the hard part about rideshare is it's difficult to save for this. It's very difficult to save for this. I've been trying to save for 5 years, save something, but I've always had to use what little bit I had to make a car payment, put gas in the car, get a room to stay in, get laundry, pay for a place to take a shower. It's always been something. I barely made the money today to make the payment for the car. I needed to do that, and I'm thankful I made that happen. And then I had a couple more trips that came through, and I said, okay, I got the money to get a shower, and I got the money to get something to eat in the morning. But that has obviously been disrupted. So, hey Damien, I'm hanging in there, man. I'm doing all right. I'm just dealing with the aftermath of being hit. A Romanian 1-year-old has the coronavirus. Okay, he's a kid. I haven't checked my blood pressure in a while. I feel okay, but I do need to get my blood pressure checked professionally and get medical for that. That's why I have the job, because as soon as the medical kicks in, I will immediately be taking care of that. I just have to I've got to hold on for 90 days after I got the job. And on day 91, health insurance kicks in. I already know I'm just going to go right back to Kaiser. I've had Kaiser since I was a kid, so I'll turn that back on. And I've already got my doctor picked out and everything. So I'll go and have a super long conversation with him and go from there and do that. But okay, I would say get out of LA. Sounds freaking expensive out there, but if that's home, that's home. Yeah, it is home, and right now I'm gonna be here because there